Rose Hawthorne Lathrop, the daughter of Nathaniel Hawthorne, was a Catholic convert whose devotion to helping cancer patients is an inspiration today. She was born in Massachusetts in 1851. Her father was Nathaniel Hawthorne, the famous writer of The Scarlet Letter, among other works. Rose's parents had a happy marriage, though some people describe them as being a bit emotionally distant from their children. Growing up, the family moved around a lot, living in London, Paris, Rome, and Florence. In Italy, the children were exposed to Catholicism, but Rose's parents were involved in the Unitarian movement and Transcendentalism. When Rose was 13, her father died and she was sent to boarding school. She didn't enjoy her experience there very much. When she was 20, she married George Parsons Lathrop, an author who had previously been flirtatious with her older sister. Like George, Rose had dreams of becoming an author. She published a novel and a book of poems with George acting as her editor. The couple had a son named Francis, but unfortunately, Francis died at the age of only 5. Rose and George grieved their son deeply. After their son's death, the couple's marriage grew increasingly unstable. According to Rose's family, George started drinking alcohol and abusing Rose, but other sources say that Rose started becoming restless in the marriage as she increasingly felt called to a different vocation. During this period, Rose and George collaborated on a book about the Georgetown Visitation Convent. They also became involved with the Catholic summer school movement. In a move that shocked many of their friends, Rose and George both converted to Catholicism in 1891. Unfortunately, their marriage continued to deteriorate and they separated in 1896. That same year, Rose began nursing training at the New York Cancer Hospital. She founded a home to care for sick cancer patients and named it after St. Rose of Lima. She was inspired to work with cancer patients after a priest told her about the suffering of a poor seamstress with cancer who died alone and abandoned. Rose said, "A fire was then lighted in my heart, where it still burns. I set my whole being to endeavor to bring consolation to the cancerous poor." At the time, cancer patients faced a lot of stigma. Some people thought that cancer was contagious, and so patients were often left isolated and alone. For Rose, helping these people would become her life mission. In 1898, George died. Rose was at his side when he passed. Upon his death, she decided to become a nun. She founded a congregation called the Servants of Relief for Incurable Cancer and took the name Mother Mary Alphonsa. For the rest of her life, Rose worked with her order to care for and to house poor cancer patients. She established more homes and wrote letters constantly to solicit donations. During her lifetime, she was recognized for her work. She received a medal from the National Institute of Social Sciences, and the Rotary Club of New York called her a soldier of love, a friend of the poor, an organizer of rare ability, and hope of the hopeless. On July 8, 1926, Rose stayed up until 10 p.m. writing letters to solicit donations for her order. She died in her sleep the next morning on July 9th. She was 75 years old. After her death, the Rose Hawthorne Guild was established to promote her sainthood cause. Rose was declared venerable in 2024. The order she founded is now known as the Dominican Sisters of Hawthorne. They still support terminal cancer patients who have no financial resources, carrying on Rose's legacy.